not high, it's not far, but it is gone. He's got one of the three.
Hall of Famer.
But then he corrects it right after. He goes, line drive into the lower deck. Yeah.
It's just not the most real-time accurate, but it's accurate when it's all said and done. Right?
Exactly. By the way, have you ever done? You must have done play-by-play, right?
I did. By the way, Larry David here on the Rich Eisen Show, season 9 of Curb. After a 6-year hiatus, thank goodness it's back, and good to see you here. I did about 9 games for ESPN. That's it.
Wow.
They let me out of the Sports Center studio to just do a handful of games.
But did you did games before that though, right?
No, it was the only time I ever
What?
did. Yeah. Yeah.
You mean you never did play-by-play in your life?
No, and they stuck me out there.
And they stuck you out there? How'd you know what to do? That's insane.
Well, I didn't, A. B, the first game I did, this is a true story, it was a 1-0 final between the Padres and Expos that went 10 innings.
You did baseball?
Yes, I did.
You had to do all that blather in between? Oh, my God. That's something.
And my analyst had never done it either. Chili Davis. Remember Chili Davis from the Yankees? You remember Chili?
Yeah, well, he was the Giant first.
Yeah, he's Giant. Yeah, and then the Yankees, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Did you ever want to do play-by-play?
I did when I was a kid.
What do you mean?
When I was like a kid, like 8, 9, 10 years old, 12 years old.
Just by yourself in a room or something like that?
Sitting in front of the TV, trying to do it. Yeah.
And how was it? Was it good?
I don't think I was very good. No. And my mother said to me, you're not going to be a baseball announcer. Who do you think you are, a baseball? You're not special, Larry. You're not going to be an announcer.
Was Vince Scully your guy, basically? Like
Mel Allen.
Mel Allen. Oh, for the Yankees, of
right.
course. Of course.
Mel Allen was the greatest. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he would always do the This Week in Baseball. I remember that stuff in the 70s and the 80s.
Yeah.
Good old Mel Allen. So that's how you became a Yankee fan, is back in the day?
I became a Yankee fan because my older brother, by 4.5 years, was a Yankee fan.
Right.
And so he was a Yankee fan, so I became a Yankee fan. We were the only 2 Yankee fans in Brooklyn,
Because it was the Dodgers territory pretty much there.
Yeah, so it led to a lot of ill will.
Ruffians on the street would take you down? Is that what you're saying? The Giants-Dodgers ruffians?
I wasn't taken down because I was a Yankee fan, but I did get in a lot of arguments.
Okay.
Yeah.
Larry David here on the Rich Eisen Show. So how did you become a Jet fan? Because normally it's Giant Yankee, right?
I was a Giant fan, and I still root for the Giants.
Okay.
But then when Namath came along, I was so taken with him and the team, and I loved watching him play, that I became Jets.
Okay, and then you never jumped off that bandwagon.
I could never jumped off. No.
So many opportunities.
I know, so many. By the way, the worst thing to happen to the Jets this year was McCown being good. That's the worst thing that could have happened to the Jets. Yeah.
It's what a tortured mind of the Jet fan.
Right.
Yes, because 0-16 would normally be worse.
Because now he's just going to make us mediocre. He'll get us too many wins to get a quarterback. He's 38. Where's the future with him? And if he was bad, at least we could see what Petty had or Hackenberg had. Now we'll never get to see them. We'll never get to see them. We'll never get to draft a good quarterback, okay? And so now we'll have McCown for another year and what?
Exactly.
Where do we go?
By the way, totally simpatico with you on this one. Because we were talking about before, Brady will last longer than McCown. He'll still be winning games for New England,
right.
And that's the idea, is to try and beat him.
And the rest of the team is good enough, the defense is good enough that they can win maybe 5 games, possibly 6.
Which quarterback that's playing here right now in Los Angeles would you take? Which one would you take? Goff Rosen or Darnold? Which one?
I gotta go with the Hebe. I gotta go with the Jew. Come on, Rosen in New York. They're made for each other.
So just alone,
yes.
But it would just be the Jets' luck. Taking on the New England Patriots, it would be Yom Kippur, right, Larry?
Yes, yeah, exactly.
It would be a high holiday on the biggest game of the year.
Koufax didn't pitch on the high holiday,
I know,
right?
it makes it all, to this point where I got to tell you, when there's a broadcast, I sit it out, because if Koufax sat at a World Series game.
Is that so?
Yeah. How do I broadcast?
I remember Jerry once sat out a taping.
Did he really?
Yeah. I said, "Are you nuts? What are you doing? Yom Kippur? What? So what?"
You know, it's interesting. We had Jerry on the show just a couple of weeks ago, Larry, and I asked him, how come Steinbrenner himself never appeared on Seinfeld? And he said Steinbrenner shot a scene, but it was so bad you cut it. Is that a true story?
True story, yeah.
What was so bad about it?
We brought him out, I think, for the last show of the 95 season. I'm not quite sure when it was, but he flew out on his private jet to do the show and flew back that day. And, okay, he did it. And then I go into editing, and I'm watching the show. And, oh, my God, he was so awful. He was so bad. You couldn't use it. It was much better from behind with my voice, than actually seeing the real guy doing it.
Right. So that was a scene where he was with Costanza?
He was with Elaine in a restaurant, I think.
Okay.
And I had to call him up and tell him he was cut.
How did that go?
I called Yankee Stadium. I said, I want to talk to Mr. Steinbrenner. It's Larry David. He got on the phone. I said, Mrs. Steinbrenner, it's Larry David calling from the Seinfeld show. Yes, Larry, what is it? I said, I'm sorry to tell you this. He said, come on, you can tell me. I'm a big boy. I can take it.
But you slipped back in that voice.
Yeah,
like
right. I slipped right back in, right. And I said, I've been cut from the show. And I said, it's not your fault, but it's just, the scene wasn't working. And that was it.
How did he take it?
He was a big boy. He took it well.
So he told you how he was going to take it, and he actually took it well.
Yeah.
George Steinbrenner and Elaine. I would never have guessed. I would have thought that there would have to have been a Costanza George moment.
I know there was an Elaine scene. I don't know if there may have been a George scene. I'm not sure. I don't remember.
How did you enjoy playing Steinbrenner? Did you have a blast doing that?
Oh yeah, it was fun. Yeah, I had.
What's your favorite one where you were Steinbrenner? What was it?
I think probably something. I remember the calzones. The calzones. Yeah.
George had to get the calzone.
Yeah, the calzones. Yeah.
That's as great as it gets, man. That's as great as it gets from back in the day. And then you had Buck Showalter on and Paul O'Neill. Seinfeld said Paul O'Neill was the best actor of all the Yankees that came on.
I don't think I was there for that show.
For that one? Oh, for that show, you'd already left?
I'd already left, yeah.
You already left.
That was in the last 2 years.
Larry David here on the Rich Eisen Show. I want to take a break. And when we come back in 60 seconds, you told a story off the air based on you went on our Callaway corner and you showed off your putting style, which I thought was a joke. But you're saying that really is your real putting style.
Yes.
Getting basically down on the floor as close as you can.
Yes.
To the putter head.
I go low.
Okay. And you told me with whom you were golfing the other day was Barack Obama. You were playing golf with the president? The 44th president?
I hate to name drop.
That's back in 60 seconds. With that, I want to talk Curb. Salman Rushdie was a phenomenal
He was great.
cameo.
Yeah.
Words I never thought you'd probably ever say about anything you ever done. That Salman Rushdie was terrific.
Yeah, right.
He was great. And then we'll put you in the, if you will, judge and jury box of social situations that we have all come across.
That I'm really looking forward to.
Okay, and you will let us know of what's right and what is wrong.
And I cannot say enough wonderful things about this setup. I'm just very comfortable.
Okay.
This thing I could do without in my face. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's a little tight. It's a little tight.
Yeah,
in
it
there?
feels a little tight, but it has a nice radio kind of feel to it.
Yeah,
too.
that's, it's a simulcast.
Yeah,
Sometimes we got to give the nod to the radio as well as the studio space that we have here. Okay. But we get the check mark, the LD check mark.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Gorgeous.
Fantastic. We're back in 60 seconds with Larry David here in the Rich Eisen Show. Larry David here in the Rich Eisen Show studio. Curb Your Enthusiasm is back. Episode 3 of 10 just aired Sunday night on HBO, 10 Eastern time, back after a 6-year hiatus. LD, I'm telling you, it is as good as ever.
Thank you.
And the episode this past week with the two celebrity cameos, Elizabeth Banks supposedly playing herself.
Yeah.
She was brilliant.
By the way,
this episode.
first time in the history of the show where I actually was almost completely silent for an entire scene. The scene in Jeff's house.
Yes.
When I bring her in.
Yes.
She's doing all the. I'm not saying a word.
Was that ad-libbed? All that stuff? Or
Oh yeah, all ad-lib. Yeah.
How much of it is ad-libbed? Curb.
Most of it.
90%, would you say? If you had we're sports people. We got to put percentages on things. What would you say?
Yeah, at least. Yeah.
Who's the one who cracks you up the most, where it's difficult for you to get through a scene?
Oh, boy. I don't know. That's hard to say.
How about, I'll tell you the one that I would guess.
Who?
JB Smoove.
Yeah, JB, yeah. Yeah.
We send him, it's been how many years in a row? Has it been 3 years in a row? What we've done?
This will be the third coming up.
These are our correspondent at the Super Bowl Media Day. We send him in there with the Rich Eisen Show mic flag and just let the ruckus break loose. And more people interview him than he interviews people.
Yeah. Yeah, he's amazing.
And Susie Essman would have been number 2 in terms of cracking you up.
Well, because, I really laugh when people curse me. I don't know why. It's always been that way.
Right.
Remember that wrestler in the second season who came over to my car window because I was pretending I was shooting his kids in the back. I was following them in the car, and I was driving, and his kids were shooting me. They were in the back seat, facing me, and I was shooting them. And then he stops the car and he gets out and comes over to the window. Man, that guy, he just broke me up.
He broke you up.
Yeah.
The one time that I was fortunate enough to be on the set years ago where I had a cameo, I get, tweets from time to time.
What was your cameo?
It was a cameo. I was at Jeff Garland's daughter's bat mitzvah. Okay?
Oh, you were there?
Yes.
Oh,
and that was
okay.
the episode where, interestingly enough, you had something stuck in your throat. And to be safe for work for this program, we won't say exactly what was stuck in your throat and why. But you couldn't get through a scene about talking about what was in your throat. It took about 10 takes for you to get through something like that.
No, I'm really lucky.
It's been incredible. It's been an incredible
it
run.
provides me with a lot of laughs.
Well, how did you get Salman Rushdie to appear to talk about the fatwa and then say the things that he said?
We wrote the show before we asked him. There was only one way I could. I didn't want to have to wear that mustache and that wig every week. I had to get out of the fatwa somehow.
Yes.
And I thought, well, this is the best way to get him, because he got through it. So let's get him. So we wrote the show, and then I called him.
You?
Yeah.
Personally?
Yeah.
You got his number?
Yes, I had met him a couple of times. I also heard he was a fan of the show. I think he may have told me that when I met him. So I called him, and he was game immediately.
He was?
Yes.
And you told him the concept of...
yes, I told him the concept. He was game to do it.
Okay. So who was tougher to get?
By the way, big Yankee fan, too.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So he likes John Sterling, Salman Rushdie.
That I don't know.
You haven't had that conversation
No.
with him. But so which was a more difficult cameo to get, Salman Rushdie or Bill Buckner, from that episode where he had to relive?
Bill Buckner.
How did that go about? How did you go about getting Bill Buckner?
I called him.
So you're the one who's you don't leave it up to somebody else.
Well, when we need the big ones, yeah.
You're the Rivera. You get it. You close.
Exactly, I'm the closer. No, I called Bill, and I was very nervous about that call because I was so desperate to do that show. I loved that episode.
It's brilliant with Mookie Wilson and him.
Yeah.
But you had to describe to him what you wanted him to do, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. He didn't want to do it at first. I really had to stay on the phone with him, and he had to think about it, and then I had to send it to him to read, and then his daughter was an actress, and I said, well, we could put your daughter on the show too. His daughter's a good actress.
Okay.
She was in Los Angeles, and I think when I offered that,
the quid pro quo.
the quid pro quo,
So you pro quote him,
I quote him, yeah.
or he quitted you. I don't know which one it would be. He either quitted you or you pro quote him.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure that one out.
But he said, yeah, and it was just one of my all-time favorite episodes.
It's great. Again, Larry David here for Curb Your
By the way,
Enthusiasm.
there was a draft where he dropped the baby.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah.
How did you not keep that?
I couldn't do it. I knew it was funny. I knew it. That was hilarious, him dropping the baby.
Yeah.
Okay. That was hilarious, but I couldn't do it. The other one made me cry a little bit when he caught the baby. Mm-hmm. And so, we had to redeem him.
Somehow, some way.
Yeah.
Before we get to our endeavor that we like doing with you.
By the way,
yes.
Fantastic guy, Bill
Buckner.
One of the great guys I've ever met.
So what you hear about that, and obviously he there was that moment in history, and the crazy thing too is when you see the Hank Aaron home run off of Al Dowling, he's the left fielder that goes over his head.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, he's had a ball go over his head, and
yeah, but he couldn't catch that ball.
that one he couldn't catch. No.
Yeah.
No, but I shouldn't bring that up. But at any rate, so before we get to putting you in the judge and jury box about social situations,
yes, bring them on.
I'll do that in a second. But you played golf. Now I know you don't want to name drop, but I'll do it for you. So with Obama, when did you play golf with him?
We played on Friday.
So just like last week.
Yeah.
All right. What is it? I mean, what is it like when the putts are like 2 feet away? I mean, do you give him a presidential gimme, or how? What is
he kind of whines a little bit about it.
Is that right?
Yeah, yeah. He goes, boy, I'm hearing crickets. You know,
like he's waiting for you to say
he's
that's
waiting
good.
for me to give him the putt. Yeah, you know, these putts, these gimmies, and all that.
Yeah,
it leads to a lot of fighting, all the time. The people I play with, because sometimes, oh, I gave you that one, you're not giving me this one. Well, that one was closer, you know, so there's all these fights about it.
Yeah.
So I like a leather rule. And I like to adhere to the leather rule.
Inside the leather of the handle of the putter.
Yes, exactly.
So you're getting down and putting the putter head into the cup.
Into the cup and measuring, yes.
Even with, once upon a time, the leader of the free world. That does not matter for you.
Oh, no, I don't care.
Okay.
No. Yeah. Yeah.
That's impressive.
But he doesn't do that.
He doesn't do that either.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't play leather. He does. Oh, that's good. He's pretty generous, I got to say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
and you would expect it.
What, because he's a liberal?
Yeah, I'm sure if you played with Trump, he'd probably make you putt in from 6 inches. Yeah.
Who won then Friday?
He took $120 from me.
No kidding.
No kidding. Yeah. He's good.
He took $120 from you?
Yes.
Who else was playing? Is there anybody else that we would know that was playing?
Ari Emanuel.
Okay, that makes sense.
And Chuck Lorre, a writer. Yeah.
Oh, Mr. 2.5 Men.
Right, 2.5 Men. Yeah.
All 4 of you were out there.
Yes.
So were you paired with Obama, or were you paired against him, or was it just what game do you play out there?
No, it was I was against him, and he took $120 from me, and I also had an individual with him too.
Head to head.
Yeah.
All total, you're $120 lighter.
Yes.
Barack Obama taking money from Larry David.
I was sick about it.
Okay, are you ready to play judge and jury of social situations?
Yes,
Here we go. Larry David, we've done this before with you.
Yeah.
I've got 3 social situations. You are the judge and jury as to what is done. Okay. Now, we've done this one with you before.
By the way, you've come to the right guy.
I know. We've done this with you before back in the day, but it's kind of a new audience. It's been several years. So the first one is destination weddings. Okay.
It's already funny.
Destination weddings. I say to my wife, we're going to a destination wedding. We should not give a present because my presence is my present. What do you say, Larry David?
First of all, where is the wedding? How far is it?
Another country.
Okay, you don't even go. You don't go. You don't go.
But it's a close family friend.
I don't care. I am not flying 14 hours on a plane to somebody's wedding. I'm not going to do that.
Even if it's a nice destination where it's a nice hotel and you're set up?
No, 14 hours on a plane, you can't even breathe. Come on.
So what would be the distance from your house that you would
consider? An hour and a half by car. That's it. No plane. You don't get on planes for weddings.
Right.
Okay, out of the question.
So what do you put on the RSVP? Do you write something to let them know?
Can't make it too far.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
And just leave it at that.
Leave it at that.
You don't have no follow-up phone call.
No follow-up. Nothing. No.
Okay.
They have to know when they're inviting you. They're making you go on a plane. First of all, you're spending $20,000 to get there.
That's what I'm saying. Why do I need to get on candlesticks or a gravy boat after all of that?
Exactly. If you're flying to Europe, my God, and a hotel, it's going to cost $15,000.
Yes.
Yeah, how's that for a present?
That's so. But you're saying is just cut out that middleman and just you're not even going.
Don't even go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's social situation number 2 for you, Larry David.
Sure.
You're going over to somebody's house.
Okay.
All right. For you're watching a fight, for instance.
By the way, how come you're not writing on the show with these ideas?
Hey, come on. We'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
So you're going into somebody's house for, let's say, the fight, the Mayweather-McGregor fight. This happened to one of our producers,
Sure.
Ken
Okay.
Tulo. Okay. They brought desserts. Fight ends. Nobody's touched the desserts. They like these desserts. Is it okay to take the desserts home?
Well, we did this on Seinfeld.
You did?
Yeah, the marble rye.
Well, the marble. Okay.
He wanted. Did he not want to take it home?
He did want to take it back, and they had to fish it back.
George's dad, Jerry Stiller.
That's right. Okay.
He wanted to take the marble rye home, right?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
So
Am I wrong?
Well, I mean, they did try to fish the marble rye out to make sure that it came back, but
Okay, here's the thing.
yes,
You bring it over. Do they know you brought it over?
yes, they do.
Well, if they know you brought it over, then you can't take it.
But what if nobody's tried it? You know, it's not like a bottle of wine. A bottle of wine could be savored later on.
It's still
a perishable.
You're bringing it to the host, right?
That's true.
The host saw it. Mm-hmm. It's different if the host didn't see it. Then you could sneak out with it.
So if the host never saw it, if
The
you
host
placed
never
it on
saw
the
it.
table and there's no note,
Yeah.
that's when you could take it.
If you think you're not going to get caught, yeah, then you could take it.
The problem is, though, Larry, is you never know what was looking. The eye in the sky
Well,
may catch you.
that's the gamble. Yeah. But if the host sees it, you can't take it.
All right, the last one for you, Larry, LD, shoes off on a plane. Do you have a problem with somebody on a plane
I
taking
have a
shoes?
big problem with it. Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah. Keep them on, okay? And don't wear the shorts either. That's not good. You do not want to be sitting next to somebody in shorts. That is the worst.
So why is it you have a problem with people taking their shoes off on a plane?
You know, don't make yourself. It's not your house, all right? You're outside. You're in public. I don't want to see your socks. And God forbid you have a little odor down there. Who needs that, right?
And I don't even want to know if you do have it.
Exactly. It's close quarters. Come on. Take a couple of minutes. Keep your shoes on.
So those who take their shoes off with shorts on and then put their socked feet up on the bulkhead.
Oh, God almighty. No, good. Oh, God. That is out. Yes.
No fly list, right?
No, please. Yeah.
Larry, before I let you go, the response has been so great for this current season of Curb Your Enthusiasm. Are you thinking about another season right now?
I'm thinking about it. I'm not committing to it as of yet, but I'm thinking about it.
But you're thinking about it, which I know is part of the process, knowing you in the process, that has to happen first for this to happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's a, it's climbing Mount Everest again. You know, it's a big slog to do it.
But you're thinking about it.
I'm thinking about it. Yeah.
Okay. So you're saying there's a chance.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Larry, love having you on here.
And by the way, if I do it, there won't be a 5-year in between wait. That's for sure.
No, I can't have it anymore.
No,
can't have that.
no,
Speaking
that's
on
not-
behalf of everyone who loves the show, cannot have
I'll
it.
be on crutches by that time.
Well, that's the way you putt from what I saw.
Exactly.
Good to see you, Larry.
Good to see you.
Larry David of Curb Your Enthusiasm here on the show. We're back to wrap
I wish
things
I
up.
could get a tape of that first baseball game you did. I really want to hear it.
Oh, I can get it.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
I want to hear. I want to hear an
exists.
inning. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
It's probably 3 up, 3 down for the Expos and the Padres. I don't think you want to hear it. It wasn't scintillating. They're not writing home about it.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on radio stations across the country and audience.